So we're going to have the, Lina is going to be playing the mid lane against the mid Mars. I cannot imagine this matchup goes very well at all for Mars, as he's pretty much just going to be either tanking Dragon Slaves or tanking attacks from the lead. Oh, there it is, the first blood. It looks like a sneaky one from the Rubik Dawnbreaker combination. Probably the one of the two most popular Mongolian players. Right next to probably Hustla. It's helping Force out here. Cookie does land, but Brewmaster not wanting to really commit there. And it looks like in bottom lane, they managed to get on top of DJ once again. Force, is that Vanguard going to save him? I don't think so. Well, the creep wave is coming in, but the cogs separating him and getting the kill once again with the waveform. But with the supports coming in, they are going to be able to at least get the kill on one. And the Morphling, well, Morphling has the turnaround potential. Raji is going to fall as the Dawnbreaker. KP's hammer lands square on his head and will be able to catch up to Skem here. Didn't really necessarily hit the first hammer hit too much, so they're actually going to back away. As a carry, he's probably one of the better heroes for burst damage, right? So if Mars does manage to land that stun or Clockwork catches him, then Morphling is probably one of the better heroes to ensure that Brewmaster dies in time. Oh, Cox gonna be caught this time, pinned up against the wall, but here comes the support here, the artillery from the Snapfire, landing several shots. Just, I mean, they farm up a storm and they take up a lot of map space.
Oh, this is a dangerous TP.
Ooh, that was a dangerous TP, and Genoel was already in position to be able to catch him. Came in from behind, but how did he get that split off? Was there a creep somewhere in there? Battery assault, not enough, and he managed to get off his ultimate. And as a result, there's going to be a pretty easy turnaround. The Tornado leading. Okay, hold up. Armel going to show up, getting the pin off onto Skem. And with the stolen clap there from DJ, the burst damage is enough. You still have a chance to be able to get the Dawnbreaker, though, as she's going to fall. 8-7. That is true. Raji.
Disassembling
the rear here.
He's going to have a vessel here.
Oh, hopped in. That's a burst in, almost the punch coming forward, and that is enough. The vessel completion. Ooh. I think that was just enough. That burst damage was right on the line. I think the vessel made the difference there.
That was just sick, to be honest.
That was very smooth.
I was watching it fly out, like, why are they here? Do they have damage for this? And then disassemble Vanguard into vessel build and insta pop on the morph.
Damn.
Beautifully done.
And he's got 3 charges to be able to work with now. Raji.
Oh, he wants the vessel there.
So close.
Take the clock instead.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not. Dawnbreaker. Oh, that hook shot. Little bit too late to be able to get the chain stun. And as a result, the Clockwork will die. They still catch Force, though. And FNATIC will be able to force this tower, I assume.
Good map movement here from FNATIC.
Yeah, I kind of feel concerned for GEEK SLATE just because I feel like they need these early towers so badly with Alina and a Nature's Prophet. Cog spear combo. Didn't even need the pin on that one. Raji just falls to the burst damage. Is our little Clockwork going to get away? No, he's not. Caught inside the sprout. Cox goes to work on him.
When you work that one out, let me know.
My mental was just a dial tone there. Telekinesis pin. Really nice combos here.
Oh, dragging him back.
The Gleipnir is going to show up, and this allows the Kisses to be able to go to work. They're going to finish off DJ pretty nicely, and KP right into the LSA from Cox. They weren't able to deliver the finishing blow, though. KP, thanks to the BKB, was able to get out.
This is a strong timing from GEEK SLATE. FNATIC kind of have to just power through this, get to like their next set of items here. The BKB for Mars, some damage.
See if they can take away this Aegis real quick. They get the kill. Now, how many are going to get out? Looks like DJ is going to be the victim of that Gleipnir rotation from Skem. And KP is going to be caught as well, thanks to Raji with a beautiful little iceberg set right in front of his face. Titanic. KP goes down. Cox walks away with the double kill after losing the Aegis and almost catching Armel mid as well.
The GJ with this blink just started off with a lift and chained it into the arena.
They could get the initiation. They spotted the Nature's Prophet off of that ward. It's a perfect target to go for, and they caught him. Armel with the initiation. Nope, they didn't have the chain stun. Skem gets off the BKB. They had to further commit. They do manage to get the kill, yes, but diving in this deep may cost them, as Cox is now going to be putting out the damage. The Nature's Prophet is not lot there to do. Gabby with the early BKB is going to be forced away. Once this BKB is down, he's in trouble, especially with that buyback Manta attempted to use, but they still managed to get the stun through with the snowball. The L, safe follow-up, but he's dead. Janwell going to TP out. Cox shying away from Roshan upon being spotted. But they were able to do that, Roche, pretty quickly. It's just something FNATIC are going to have to be very vigilant about. Once again, trying to go for the chainsaw onto the Brewmaster. They're not even going to be able to do it, but what a spear! Catching both the supports there. A decent start for FNATIC, but can they do anything about these cores? Because now the Morphling has been caught in and just corralled out. GEEK SLATE saying, nice initiation, bro, but we've got buybacks. You just buy back on both their supports. Now they take a 5 versus 5 with a bunch of ultimates down. Yeah, and that's going to be Roshan and an additional kill. Dieback.
That was a crazy spear. I don't know how Harmel finds that. Pretty much ideal. You're not going to get much better. Get the clear waves faster, and it just does more damage in the fight. That said, Force just running in. 90% magic resist. What's up, boy?
That's just ridiculous. That's just goddamn ridiculous. The FNATIC are trying to fight back, but the fight has been forced onto them. KP does what he can, but ultimately he's shredded by Cox. Gets down and dirty. Looks for another one. Janwell. Oh no, that's not the way you wanted to fly, son. Will still be able to get away to safety, it looks like.
Yeah.
Same with the Brewmaster. Like, you just have it guaranteed that these auras persist through the fight because the hero is not dead. You know, they just, like, they go on it, they do a bunch of damage, they can't actually kill it, and the aura is just still there the entire time. Cox, he's going to take this, these buildings. Unless FNATIC want to do something about it. The hook shot into what? Now Armel goes for it, but he actually pins the nature pop instead. And what about the Lina? The wall will help him out there. A few of the shots getting blocked by that, so he does manage to get away. Gabby tries to go in. Gabby immediately dies. Not quite, actually. Manta, force stab, no, still falls. KP going to be chased down as well. And the kisses. Yeah, he's like, okay, I'll let you have that one. I'm going to fire my shots into the fountain. DJ, nope, you didn't get it. Stole a little shredder instead. Nice play by Narman, and GEEK SLATE are just they're gonna go for it. They're like, all right, you got no more fling. We're just gonna throw on you now.
Yeah, that was a very casual just tie run into throne at 36 minutes here. I don't know. I mean, Lina DOTA, I guess you just have the outrange. You have the out damage. It forces the enemy to have to deal with you. We've been talking a lot about the lane. I also think it's a pretty decent Batrider game, to be honest. So this is a Drow Ranger game, right? So we have to keep that in mind as well.
FNATIC, their 5-man smoke did not run into Force initially, but now their movement is going to be able to catch him as the Batrider.
But is it actually winning you the long fight?
Yeah. Nice move, though. They get on top of Skem.
This will win you the fight.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Skem had to go for the range creep because the Marcy wasn't around. Went for the range creep. Step forward. DJ just immediately pounced on that one. Speaking of pounce, a leap from Gabby will help secure a second kill for Janwell.
One thing I think is really interesting in this game is like they pick Drow into Brew and Tiny. And these are two melee heroes where you get to a certain point where you have like hypothermia and frost arrows and you just kite the big heavy dudes. Yep. But at the same time, Brew and Tiny are probably two of the melee cores who, in theory, have decent counter ability to the Drow. Yeah. You get the huge armor she can't pierce on Tiny, and Brew can just split and get on top of her. That's kind of an interesting dynamic, maybe depending on who's ahead.
Well, at least for the early game, you do have this Gust, which is going to be pretty nice against Brewmaster. Silence always very effective against him. What a rotation from Cox. Getting the double kill and helping Skem survive in the lane for a bit longer before he inevitably goes to this area right here. Janwell has already scouted out some of the stacks going on there. Gabby forced to use a defensive stun. They do have the cookie land. Looks like he dodged the cookie damage, but it doesn't really matter. When it comes to damage,
arrow missed.
There's just a non-stop amount flowing from this Batrider. They do manage to get the Sapphire kill, but Janwell's going to die as well.
You know, of course. Cox went back bottom. They have Catapult down here.
Oh.
This tower took a lot of damage. Denied this Brewmaster effective ult usage on a carry. You're going to be pretty happy with that. Because now KP's just down here and feels a little sad. Drow back to mid.
Yeah, with the Marcy jumping in. And they have the detection, but they do not have the damage, it seems. Arrow Nice read there from Raji. It takes a step back to dodge the arrow, but still in the clutches of the Brewmaster and Tiny.
Doing work in the early game for FNATIC.
See if the smoke ink lands. It might just intercept the Drow Ranger right as she's going up. They go for it. Brewmaster split is going to go out. And once you get the stun out from the Earth Panda, you can land the arrow. Nice use of the dispose to try and pull her back a little bit farther with the cookie repositioning as well. And now KP is going to have to commit underneath the tier 2 with this split. Still not dead, and it's back into the Brewmaster form. But he got off one last throw of the boulder, and that means Skem will fall. But they've committed so deep now that Force is on the hunt. They managed to land the stun there from Raji, and that'll ensure the Brewmaster's death.
Good numbers position while Monkey farms, and Geek Slate's going to try and use their Bat Rider Ember to start the fights while Skem is, you know, on the triangle rotation here.
Yeah.
They don't want to let him hit anything, though. This is super aggressive from FNATIC, but very nice if it pays off, and it will. Just another free Drow kill. It's their 4th death.
Yeah, they are not giving Skem any quarter whatsoever. And all that aggression right next to the mid tower. They just bring the rest of their numbers into lane, and we'll finish it off.
KP's just rushing Ags. This is a very different brew build than this brew from last game. We went auras, tank up, run in with the magic resist versus kind of magic oriented lineup. This is Ags brew, gonna play with the setup and displacement. Of course, you have the brew Mirana combo, right? You just run the Wind Panda around, toss somebody, drop them down into an arrow. It's very nice now that you don't have to expend the ult to set that combo up. It's kind of like it's a rich man's Ricky Dart, you know?
Yeah, that's one way to describe it. Terrorize. They have the chain stuns. John Well is going to end up with the arrow. I'll help them complete that kill.
For example, that engagement, he gets another 2 camps or some bottom lane. And it looks like he'll clean it up anyway, so maybe he doesn't even lose anything by this move, but I think having the farm pressure here from FNATIC while you're trying to deal with this, right, is super deadly right now, because there's not a lot that can deal with it.
While Geek Slate are stumbling backwards, FNATIC trying to put him in a corner, keep the smoke protection up. They're going to run into the Drow Ranger. If they spot her here, oh, the smoke breaks. He blinks forward, blindly finds the Drow Ranger, tossed straight up in the air, and the blink forward from DJ. By the way, he's got a blink dagger on Dark Willow. Yeah, they're going to be able to get that kill again. Skem has got to be so frustrated with the way this game is going.
Or will they get the... Are you going to take it?
Are you going to grab it, or what? What's going on here? Are they trying to bait it? Okay, well, the fight is going to go on here. Raji, he's going to be pushed forward off his own rebound. They actually do manage to get the silence onto the Brewmaster, blow up KP, and maybe this fight is okay. No, he gets off the primal split, and now the Brewmaster Pandas are going to set up Armel to come cleaning on through with the jump in from DJ as well. They had the burst damage. They killed the Drow Ranger. They pulled down the Snapfire from the Tornado eventually for a 3rd kill, and a team fight that was oh so close for Geek Slate to actually take it. Oh, and they get the Ember Spirit with the toss up in the air leading into the arrow.
FNATIC don't really lose much by just taking every one of these engagements.
Beautiful stuff. FNATIC coming back with some revenge, but Geek Slate aren't done with this game 2 just yet. Catch KP while the primal split is down.
You take those. I mean, that is the Brewmaster cooldown.
Is Armel going to try and get in there? I mean, they've got the Terrorize too.
Double damage.
There's nothing to say. They cannot fight this. They're going to be able to get onto Marcy immediately. It's going to be 1 dead. Terrorize going to come through and hit 2, but Skem didn't get hit by it, and he can deliver the damage to get the kill into Tiny. Gabby. Oh, that's a stun too. Double kill for Narman off of that one, and it seems it was indeed ill-fated for FNATIC to try and contest that Roshan. Now the Brewmaster is up, and the Primal Split already out. They are desperate to get in there and stop this. An arrow does land, but there's certainly no damage. Use both your ultimates for a very slim chance of stopping Roshan.
Force is pretty happy to just run in. There's not a lot that pierces BKB in this game. Has his pick of the litter.
It's going to lead off. Oh, Temple Story not enough to be able to get the initiation until Gabby showed and caught him with the lasso. Tried to hit the silence onto John Well. He managed to jump away, leap, and a 4-staff out, but they're going to be able to still keep on top of the Mirana. Wants to start a fight on that hero.
All right,
Bit of a
lasso.
chains. Lasso pull back.
Into the cookie.
Into the cookie. Very nicely done. Armel, who with the fresh BKB, does manage to get in there, hit a two-man avalanche, and finish off the two supports with the help of the Mirana. Now they need to get out, though. Can they get away from this Ember Spirit? Got straight into the roots of the brambles, so wasn't able to pursue. They saw him hopping in the trees. Hit the stun, though. Either way, the Ember Spirit does get caught straight into the arrow. They try and force staff him out, but he's still inside the Monkey King ultimate, and he'll fall, and the rest of the team has to back out of that AoE. Looks like the Drow Ranger was able to put some damage onto the Mirana, though. Really nicely played. Back into it, though. FNATIC, once again, trying to be the aggressors with these smokes. They get the information, they lead up with the stun, they get the arrow combo. They're always going to be able to get the initial kill that makes it a 4 versus 5 and makes it unlikely that GEEK SLATE can fight back. That being said, Roshan cannot be up for another minute, so controlling this part of the map for a Marcy kill. What have you made of this Brewmaster Aghanim Scepter? When this was first announced, this was immediately what I thought of would be the most broken. Is just, okay, managed to get the lasso with the follow-up, but that Lotus Lasso makes things a little bit awkward for Force, who wanted to bring them down into the low ground of the tier 2, but was denied that due to the fast reactions. Narman's going to be caught by the Dark Willow with the Brambles and the stun.
But now they'll clean up pretty fast, and this smoke is going to be late.
Yep, it is. 4-man smoke.
Ronald,
Or is
anyway.
it? Moonlight Shadow, the FNATIC, they're going to keep committing for it. And Monkey King wants to. Gabby wants to keep going for it. The kids are going to start raiding in. They're getting some decent damage. And Ember Spirit, he's going to follow that up. The BKB immediately going off. They're going to contest for the Roshan. Who's going to be able to outright click it? Will it be Cox? No, Gabby actually stopped it. He actually jumped over and got it. Snatches up the Aegis away from Gabby. Got the shard as well. Even the Roshan kill. Gabby is going to be left with nothing but death as a two-man terrorize. On top of that one with Armel getting the toss and avalanche down. Armel using the BKB to TP out while the rest of his team tries to clean up some of those kills. It is still, at the end of the day, Skem with a double damage. He is the king of this fight.
Drow is closing in on you. Starting to do a lot of damage, especially with that sidekick buff.
Combo, arrow. Oh, the cookie might help him out. Force F, Cox. Oh, he got the BKB and he gets away. And now the damage turned around as Armel is trying to get away from Raji right now. The pesky little Marcy sticking on top of him. Force is going to catch up as well with a Firefly. Do they have the detection? Oh, that wasn't quite enough. Raji did land the stun, but they didn't have the damage nor the detection to be able to spot Armel on just 200 HP. Cox back into play, though. Mirana's the next to fall, and KP really not able to use his primal split to a whole lot of effect until the Ember Spirit. Cox, he's saved once again. The greens go off. Narman helping him out, delivering the final blow as Armel falls. DJ trying to get away with the Shadow Realm. KP running out of time on the primal split as well. There's nowhere for DJ to run. Self-Yules and a blink out attempt. No. Circling each other. The smoke's on both sides, and they wrap into the opponent's high ground. FNATIC knows what's up now. They realize GEEK SLATE, there it is. KP running in, just trying to get the vision with the Shivas and help. The arrow going out, lands on a neutral creep. Instead, they catch the Sapphire with the combination. Raji's going to try and help out there. Popping the BKB, chasing after some heroes. DJ Shadow Realm where he can. KP chasing after, and they manage to get him. Gabby got on top of the Drow Ranger. BKB is going to be used and immediately pulls him out of the Wukong's command. And now at a distance, the assassination goes to work, and Skem will finish out the Monkey King. You thought you caught the Drow Ranger. KP actually dies inside of the primal split. That Aeon is still ready to be popped, but it seems will never be activated.
Butterfly for this Drow Ranger. Yeah. Doesn't help at all either. Very tough for FNATIC here.
Yeah, they're creeping up.
Find some supports or something. They're going to find Cox with Hex on DJ.
They got the Hex. Terrorize. Ooh, what a catch. Nice little creep up there. Down the lane. Not cutting through the jungle at all.
KP
finds a big opening, and KP gets a clap on it too, with the primal split immediately going off. And they manage to get the tornado up on the Drow Ranger. When are they going to put her down, and when are they going to try and focus her? Gabby, tried to go for the Wukong's command for a second there. Got lassoed. Can they stop this damage? So Gabby needs some help. With Cox flying back, he getting on top of this Monkey King. He tries to go for the bash. Turns into a tree, but a toss over, and that finishes him off as Narman tries to force staff away from Armel here. Armel trying to put some damage onto Force where he can, but he's running out. He doesn't have too much more to work with. Tries to go one last combo to finish off the Bat Rider. He gets that much, but he will fall ultimately, dropping the gem to the hands of GEEK SLATE.
These fights Force he's waiting so long and he's always lassoing this monkey. There's not really any other threat to this drow who gets tossed into what, right?
Yeah.
And they got the best pick they can get, which was this Ember right up the bat. Because he went AEC Silver Edge, which is super nice single target. And you can get in and try and burst some people, but Burst is
trying to
really
go for the toss
there.
back, and he got the real Drow Ranger, and they hit the arrow as well. That's going to be the first life of the Drow Ranger. And now, are you going to be able to get that lasso? Are you going to be able to get the Monkey King out of this? They got the defensive force staff out of there. Pull him out of the base he goes, and down he falls. Armel is going to chase after that Drow Ranger, though. He doesn't need the Monkey King necessarily. He can stick onto it, but it's still not enough. The rest of the team, okay, KP and John well. They finish off the Drow Ranger, and Gabby is back into play here, devastating the rest of these heroes with no Drow Ranger to worry about. Now Gabby can finally put in some work, and that is a lot of heroes on Geek Slate dead with no buybacks and very long death timers. Another smoke wraparound. Geek Slate really putting a lot of effort into trying to catch FNATIC.
I mean, this is a good wrap.
Yeah, this is a very good wrap. Making sure that the Monkey King isn't getting the setup that he wants in these fights. They're going to pull him back. They're going to hold him there. Well, Scam delivers the damage easily, taking down the Tiny, who does have a buyback, but this far away from the base, can't really use it at all, and it's just all hands
double buy for
FNATIC. Two-man buyback, yeah, but can they get here in time to do anything? I don't think so. The Monkey King throws out the ultimate, but there's nothing to keep him there. See, I would get that if he had boots of travel.
KP trying to force some vision. Aeon popped.
Yeah, at the same time, an arrow landed on the Bat Rider. On the high ground here, they're going to try and chain it up, but the Terrorize and everything being used. Armel jumping onto that high ground to go for it. Is going to just club force to death here.
Just TP out.
Same time, what about the Drow Ranger? Skem? Primal split. He's just trying to stick on top of the Drow Ranger and draw some attention while his rest of the team repositions to call that we can take this anywhere.
Fast.
Arrow hits onto Roshan.
Helps him out.
They're going to try and get in there. See if they can blow up the Marcy nice and quick, and they're not going to complete the Roshan just yet. Skem actually forcing over to the side. KP trying to deliver some damage where he can, but they're just hopping away from him. KP doing what he can, jumps up in the air, but it looks like he's going to be finished off with the Drow Ranger, but he bought enough time for FNATIC to take the entirety of Roshan. Gives up his life.
He doesn't even have the slots for all this. Needs a lone Druid Bear or something. Looks like he's gonna ring toss back.
Row one, see if they can toss back the force staff away. Oh, don't let him escape, he got the toss. Skem tries to use the force staff to get out one side of it once again, but they will manage to finish him off. Drow Ranger dead, immediate buyback from Skem. They're gonna try and force this, but there's still an Aegis on the Monkey King. A lasso onto the Tiny with the BKB fading. The kisses are gonna be enough. Now Skem is gonna be joining them with a boot to travel in. Two dead with no buyback. It's all up to Gabby now with this final life with the Wukong's command. He needs to be able to kill that Drow Ranger. Drow going back in to finish off the Monkey. Dodges into a retreat, but it's not good enough. That is it. FNATIC will die in a final attempt to take this Geek Slate. What a call from Skem. Several calls there. I mean, at some point in time, he was just, let's do Roshan. It didn't actually quite work out for them, but then they just go for the high ground anyway.